Hi guys, welcome back to the Diablita Knits podcast. I'm here with Goose. We're here to introduce, I think this is the sixth episode of the podcast installments. So we're here to introduce the sixth episode of the podcast. We have quite a bit to talk about today. I went to the Carolina Fiber Fest in Raleigh, North Carolina with my mom, and I got quite a haul there. So we're going to go over some of those goodies. We're going to take a look at some of the fun things in the festival. I have two finished objects, very small finished objects to show, and I have quite a few works in progress to go through. So why don't we go ahead and get into it? So, um, I went to the Carolina Fiber Fest. It was very fun. It was really small. So if you've been to Rhinebeck, Rhinebeck is definitely one of the biggest fiber festivals there is. Um, the Raleigh, North Carolina Fiber Fest was very, very small. It was just one room. They had a few vendors, quite a few vendors for different things. They had spinning, crochet, knit, um, yarn dyers, fiber dyers, um, some finished objects like knit socks, gloves, things like that. Blondie's here to listen to the story. Like a quilt section too. There was I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to talk and all these dogs are trying to listen to me. But yeah, there was it was very small, but there's quite a lot of diversity in what they were showing. I got a few things from Fangirl Fibers was there. They had a beautiful booth and they had beautiful samples. I'll try to include some of the video that I took of um, their booth. They had the doodle decks and they had like doodle deck cowls that were really pretty, and they had fun yarns. So they were like the majority of my haul. Miss Babs was there. Those are some of the like bigger name dyers that I knew. I had seen Miss Babs at Rhinebeck, and she was here dyeing. I didn't get anything from her this time, but yeah, it's very very small. I think we spent more time driving to the actual festival. It was about a 2.5 hour drive from our hotel. Then we probably stayed there for like maybe 3 hours, and we were able to walk all the booths in that time. And then it was another 2.5 hours back. They had quite a bit of other events there on the fairgrounds. They had like a flea market. There was a Pokemon card show. There was a gun show as well. Um, so there's a lot of different things you could have done. You probably could have seen everything that whole day. It wasn't very big at all, but I'll show you some of the things that I got. So the first things that I got were these two skeins from Fangirl Fibers. I have a sock plan for these. It's I can't remember the name of the pattern, but it has these woodland creatures, and I thought these two would make a really cute sock. This is Sweet Nothing and Shimmer from Fangirl Fibers. I also got this black one called Master Gracie from Fangirl Fibers. These ones are the Superwash Merino fingering weight, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight yarn, 400 yards per 100 grams. So I got these three. This black one is probably going to become a beret because I want to knit a beret. I also got this one for my friend, my crochet friend. You can follow her on Dorothy's Threads on Instagram. I'll link her down below, but I got this pink one for her. She said her favorite color was pink, so I thought I would grab her one. This is 100% superwash merino in a DK weight, 246 yards per 100 grams. Are you interested in sharing? Um, this one is called Pirouette. So I'm excited to give her this one. I have to wind it up. I'm going to see her later today, so I got to wind it up for her because she doesn't have a yarn winder. And I'll save her the tag just in case if she needs that information. This was the last thing I got from Fangirl Fibers. I got this set of minis. Um, this pink one is kind of hiding, but I'll show you because this is for one of the whips for later on in this video. They had gnome sets. So I guess there's a pattern that's going around that's really popular of some gnomes. But I didn't get it for that. I got it for a different project we're going to talk about later on. But I liked these pink colors. So this is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 87 yards per 20 gram mini. And there's 4 minis in there. Another booth that I got something from, I think it's called Gems Luxe Fibers. I got this all white skein. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 403 yards per 100 grams. I got a dye kit for these flower dyes from 365 Dye Studio, I believe that's what it's called. So I needed a white pair, or I need a white pair of socks. Or I needed white yarn for a white pair of socks to use to dye. But it's funny because then after I found out that you're supposed to like mordant the socks, I'm not too into dyeing. So I ended up buying pre-mordanted sock yarn, so I'm not going to use this for socks. So we'll find something else for it, but it's just this basic white sock yarn. That's pretty much all I got from the festival. I didn't buy too much. There's just a couple dyers in there that I was like really interested in, and I didn't want to go too crazy because I'm actually going to go to Flock this year. I got my ticket to go to Flock Fiber Festival, and I'm so beyond excited. I think that is going to be where I do the most damage. I know a lot of the dyers that are going to Flock, so I feel like I'll be more likely to do a big purchase, so I didn't want to do too much damage there. After we went to the Carolina Fiber Festival, right next to my hotel, like literally right down the road, it probably would be like a 5-minute walk from my hotel, there was actually a yarn shop called the Salty Sheep. The Salty Sheep. So in a way, I wasn't too upset that we finished the yarn festival really fast because I had just discovered them on our way out of the hotel, and they were closed on Sunday, and we were leaving on Sunday. So if I didn't get the chance to go Saturday, then I would not have been able to stop in. And where I live in Florida, there's not too many local yarn shops. So I was really eager to just take a look in one, step in, see what they had to offer. And I was able to go. So I got this from them as like a little keepsake. It is a gauge ruler and it has different sizes for so you can measure your needles, because I do have a little thing of needles right here with a bunch of needles that don't necessarily have the size on them. So I thought it was a good little keepsake. And I also got this bag of minis that is for that other project that I was talking about. So that is everything that I bought on my little trip to North Carolina. I'll also include some other videos that I have of the Fiber Festival. It was fun. I don't know if I would necessarily like go out of my way to go to that Fiber Festival. If you live in the area and you're close and you want something fun, it is fun to go. But for me, given where I live and how far of a drive it is, and with travel, I don't think I would be going back. So, because it is, I think my only problem with it is just how small it is. It is very small. I wish there was more space to have a larger fiber festival there, but I still had a lot of fun. It was fun to see all the different vendors and what was available, and it was fun to spot the hand knitted sweaters, a lot of pressed flower sweaters, shawls, cowls. I saw the heirloom quilt cardigan a couple times. So yeah, it was fun to see what everybody was wearing. Did have a lot of fun, but maybe I just wouldn't make the trip out of my way. My dad was doing a bike race in the area, so I tagged along to go to the festival. And yeah, I'm very excited for Flock. So hopefully we have a good haul when we get to Flock. But while we were on the trip, I was able to work on my socks for the Farmer's Daughters sock club this month. Um, it's kind of fitting because what I'm wearing today, my Albina top, inspired the stripe pattern for my finished object for my socks. I have to take finished object photos of these to get them on Insta, but this is a self-drafted sock pattern. I just cast on 68 stitches and I knit 1 by 1 rib. I knit a few inches for the leg, and then I did a slip stitch heel, just using the sock pattern. So I did this all myself. I didn't follow a pattern. These were my first ever 2 at a time socks, and I have to say, unless it's like color work, I think 2 at a time socks are where it's at. It goes so much faster. It's fun. The only problem that I had was because I was doing stripes, the yarn management was a little much, but it was nothing too difficult. I'm very happy with how these socks came out. Um, yeah, for a self-drafted pattern, they're pretty good. I'm pretty proud of these. And I'm proud of myself for learning 2 at a time socks. So they're beautiful. I love them. I pre-ordered some more yarn in these colors so I can make a matching mini mock neck tank. So that'll be really, really fun to have a matching sock and shirt. And on top of that, when we were driving home, I had finished my socks and we still had a few hours left of the drive and I still had some yarn left. So I casted on a little scrunchie and I made a matching scrunchie. I did the bind off a little too tight, so it's kind of hard for it to like stretch and like actually use it as like a real scrunchie. So I'll have to like somehow include a picture of like what it looks like, but yeah, it's mostly just for decoration. You can like pop it on top of an existing bun, but then I'll have the scrunchie, the socks, and the shirt, and they'll all match. So that was just funny. But yeah, I had a little extra, so I made this on the way back. So this is my only other finished object. It only took a couple hours. Um, yeah, you just basically like knit a tube and then you turn it inside out, pop in the band, and then you have a scrunchie. Very, very fun. Those are the only finished objects that I have for now. I have quite a few whips that I've been working on in this last month. Um, the first one that I'll show you, I don't know if I showed it in the last one. I was working on my ballistics bib by What Lydia Made. This was an advent pattern a couple years back. I had the yarn sitting and we were coming off Finish It February, and I had been organizing my yarn and going through my yarn to catalog for a stash down video that I want to make. So when I found this, when I was organizing my yarn, I said, why not? Let's go ahead, finish it up. So let me show you it's kind of a mess in this bag. Right now I'm working on the duplicate stitch pattern because it fits like this. It's like a bib. I have to knit the collar, but I think I'm going to finish the duplicate stitch embroidery on it. It's supposed to say 2023, but it doesn't look like I finished that bottom part. But yeah, we're working on the duplicate stitch embroidery. This is the back. I have to 3 needle bind off the straps together and then you cast on the collar. So this one, just a little bit left to go. It's almost there. I'll definitely get this done sometime soon. I've been taking a little break from it, but I'll probably get back on it soon. So I'm excited to finish this. I'll definitely have a lot of leftover yarn. I'll kind of let you peek in to the bag. It's a mess of yarns in there. I got this bag from a very lovely person off Ravelry who was selling some Farmer's Daughter fiber minis that I bought, and they included this bag with the purchase, so that was very nice. But yeah, so that's our first whip, the ballistic spit. The second whip that I'm going to show is my cotton dress, the Summa Clyde dress. I don't know where I left off last time with it. I haven't made too much progress on it. I started putting together the straps. It's a mess of cotton yarn right now, but the straps, I sewed one of the straps together. I'm working on doing the back strap, so I can just sew them together, and then all that's left is to finish the body in the round. So we have like half a dress. I'm very excited for this one, when this one will be finished, because I live in Florida and it's hot. And I think this is something I can definitely get a lot of wear out of here. I don't remember if I talked about the yarn last time. It is the Undine by Ritual Dyes. This is the fingering one, held double in Prairie Flax, and I'm knitting it on 3.75 millimeter needles. And yeah, this one's really easy. I'm just a little worried because I don't know if I'm going to run out of yarn. Not necessarily in that I'm going to run out of yarn. I just might have to like blend in some of the skeins because they're from different dye lots, and I don't want very obvious additions of the other skeins. So that makes me a little worried, but that is the second whip. Oh, I forgot to talk about this because I did get this. I got this Pearl Scouts tote bag at the Carolina Fiber Fest, and I got some merit badges. I have a couple other ones that I need to add, but this one says Seriously Circular. This one says Public Knitter because I do very often knit in public. I got this Stash Buster one and Yarnaholic. So these were really cute. You should check them out. The Pearl Scouts are very cute. I love a tote, so that's where my dress is chilling. Trying to think. I think. Oh yes, the next whip that we'll talk about is the Stella quilt blanket. This is one of my squares that is in progress. We're working on the Stella quilt blanket. That is what I bought those minis that I showed earlier for. I have quite a few minis back here and in my other drawer that I've been wanting to use, and I thought the Stella quilt cardigan, not the Stella quilt cardigan, the Stella quilt blanket would be a fun way to use it up. I never really saw myself as a blanket person, but here I am. This is one of my squares. I had started with this square, but I think I'm going to go back because I'm not liking it too much. I think these are too purple. This one is purple and pink, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to take this one out. But these two squares definitely, I feel like, don't go with this. So this square might need some frogging, which I'm a little sad about, but if we frog and we like the square, then it's worth it. So we might have to frog some of this one. But this is very slow going. This is definitely going to be a very long term project, but I'm having a lot of fun. I come home from work very excited to continue working on my blanket squares. I'm using a lot of different minis from a lot of different places. I had the Super Glow Fiber Advent that has 10-gram minis, which is a little hard because you can only get a couple of triangles out of the 10 grams, like literally only two. Getting a third one is kind of pushing it. So it's hard to like plan around those skeins, but hopefully I'll have enough to finish the blanket. I have some Indie Yarn Club minis that I'm using as well. As you saw, I'm going to add in these Fangirl Fiber minis. I don't know yet if I'm going to use these ones in the blanket yet. It just depends on how many squares I need. I might get into these, but some of these blues might be a little harder to include. I just have to keep trying everything and seeing where it all goes. The white is Cascade Superwash 220 and fingering held double. So a bunch of minis, and then the background, this white color is that Cascade Superwash yarn. So I'm very excited to see how this blanket will come out. My dogs will not be allowed on this blanket at all. My dachshund loves to chew his toys on my blanket and hide his toys under my blanket and chew through the blanket. So my bed blanket has a bunch of holes in it for my dachshund, so that will stay far, far away from them. Indeed. Let me get the next whip because I don't remember where I put it, but there's still another whip. Okay, this is also I'm so bad. I have some of my haul items from this was also a acquisition from the Carolina Fiber Fest. This adorable dog little bag. I think this is from Cottontail. Is that right? Cottontail Farms. It is adorable. I love it. It was the first thing I saw when I walked into the festival, and I snatched it up. But this is my last whip. It is using the same yarn from my moth socks that I made in February. It is a mini mock neck tank using that yarn. It's gonna be very, very see-through. If I kind of like hold it up to can you see how see-through that fabric is? But I think as long as I wear like a shirt under it, it'll be fine. But this is the mini mock neck tank by Jessie Maid in the Elkhorn sock by Farmer's Daughters Fibers that I had left over. I got this cute little Carolina Fiber Fest stitch marker on it. And yeah, so this should hopefully be done pretty soon. I just have to do a little bit longer on the body. I might knit a matching pair of shorts. Loopy Studio is going to come out with a shorts pattern pretty soon. So I might make a little lounge matching short depending on how much yarn I have left. But yeah, that is my final whip. That is everything that I've been working on in the month of March. I can't believe March is about to be on its way out. Today is the 22nd, March 22nd, as I film this. So hopefully we make a lot more progress on some of these whips. Hopefully I make a lot of progress on my blanket, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you guys have all been well. Hope life has been treating you okay. Things in America are not that good right now, but I just hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope things get better for us. But I'm very happy with the opportunity that I had to go to the Carolina Fiber Festival. I'm very excited to go to Flock. I'm just feeling very grateful for this hobby and everything that I've been able to do. I'm very excited because later on today I'm going to go meet up with some crochet peeps, and I've been looking for a crochet community of friends for a very long time, so I'm hoping that everything goes well. I'm hoping that we have a lot of fun, and hopefully this group will last a very long time. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for you to watching this video. And yeah, that was a very long rambly way to say thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye.